If you're an eBay reseller, you're going to want to start picking up spring and summer brands right now to get ahead of the competition. So we're going to be going over 6 brands in this video that maybe you heard of, maybe you haven't, but that sell time and time again, not only to help increase your sell-through rate, but also to increase your average sale price. So let's jump into it and get to know 6 of these brands that are going to help you grow your eBay business in spring and summer. And keep in mind that these brands increase in sell-through rate as the months go on, because we're filming this in the middle of March. So as the months go on in April, May, June, July, the sell-through rate is only going to increase. The first brand we're looking at is a brand called Bad Birdie. It is a golf brand. So I just put in Bad Birdie Polo and I sorted from price lowest to highest to kind of filter out some of eBay's recommended searches. But see, you have 2,200 listed. And as you get bigger in the sizes, like large, extra large, 2XL, and the ones that have better and bolder patterns, they're going to have a higher sell-through rate. So an extra large or a 2XL is going to have a higher demand versus like a small or an extra small. So keep that in mind. That applies for like Tommy Bahama, Grayson Polos, a lot of other brands out there as well when it comes to men's button-ups and men's polos. So that is a good thing to keep in mind when you're outsourcing. So you can see there's 2,200 listed pre-owned, and then when you go to sold, right now there's just under 1,000 sold in the last 90 days. So that is going to be expected to increase over the next 90 days. So put this brand on your brands list. Don't forget about it. Let's see what they go for. You can see some go for $55. $54, crazy guys. And you're going to want to get one. Obviously, the ones that are going to be in the most demand are going to be ones with the cool patterns like you see here. But let me show you the logo, and then we'll move on to the next brand. Bad Birdie is a great brand, golf brand. So that was a men's medium camo, sold for $50, y'all. Especially if you're finding this at the Goodwill bins, it's going to be a pickup every single time. If I was finding it at a thrift store, I personally probably wouldn't pay more than $10 to $15 for it, because I know that the sell-through rate is going to increase over time. And typically for just a solid polo or with a really plain design like a striped or a polka dot design, you're probably going to get anywhere between $25 and $30 in that range. But they are going to increase in sell-through rate as the time goes on.
Are you a reseller that loves to go sourcing and loves to shop? Well, right now we are hiring in our wholesale team of over 31 members. We provide you with a brand list of over 300 brands, and we are buying all the brands on that list. It's a great opportunity to double your money. And right now we're helping people pay off their kids' student loans. You could check out right here. This lady's been on the team and we've been able to help her make some extra money. So if this sounds something interesting to you and you love to go shopping and you love to source, book a call, click a link down below, and we'd love to see if we can be a good fit.
The next one is kind of a brand that's fallen off, but it does well in the summer. You know, what are people doing in the summer? They're out hiking, they're outdoors, they're out camping. And this is a great outdoor hiking brand, Prana. But not just any Prana pants. We're looking at the Zion pants. So it's a particular model within Prana that I would suggest picking up. They're usually a lightweight nylon, great for traveling, very packable, and good for the summer and spring months. So you can see there's 995 sold. Let's see how many are listed. So from sorting lowest to highest on eBay, there's 1,500 listed right now, Prana Zion pants in the men's. So Prana, I think we all know that brand, and I wouldn't just pick up any Prana pants, because we're focusing on ones that are going to do well for the spring and summer, and these are a nice lightweight model in this brand. So you can see about, 1,500 listed, 900 sold in the last 90 days. So we're looking at January, February, March, that data set. That's pretty good. You know, in the almost middle of winter, they're selling pretty good. So I'd imagine once we're in like peak summer, this is more closer to like 100% sell-through rate. So this is a really good, I'd like to say bread and butter brand, but some of these can even go for $30, $40. It just depends on what size you get. But typically they're going to sell between 25 and 30 in that range. Prana Zion. And let's see if we could get a listing here that actually helps you look up and determine whether it's a Zion model or not. Not everyone posts the style code or the tag that has the style code. It's going to be under the material tag. Let's see if we could find one here. But if not, you're going to want to look under this material tag right here. So it's on the inner waistband. And you're going to want to flip it over. So once you flip over this tag right here, it's going to be the style code. And you're going to want to type that into Google to determine whether you have a Zion or not. So that's going to be important. So you're going to want to look that up. You're definitely going to want to put it in your title. Prana has fallen off in a lot of like the button-ups, other pairs of pants, like the more jeans style. This is one that's more desirable. There's a Zion 2 version as well. But like I said, you're always going to want to refer back to the style code to make sure you have what we're talking about. Otherwise, I would pass. I probably personally wouldn't pay more than $7, $8 for a pair just because they don't sell for a ton of money. Probably about that $25 ASP. But they do have a really good, strong sell-through rate. And like I said, if you're sourcing at the bins, that's going to be a great pickup because most people are passing it up because they don't take the time to look up the models. Another good brand, polo brand in particular, is Psycho Bunny. I think most people know Psycho Bunny, but if you don't, they have their own sizing. It's like 1 through 6, 1 through 7. And you're going to want to stick to the higher numbers, the 5s, 6s, and 7s, because the sell-through rate is going to be that much better. But even a size small Psycho Bunny even has a 50% sell-through rate right now. So you could see there is 1,000 sold, but how many are listed in the last 90 days? So we're talking January, February, March, the last 90 days. In the peak of winter, you could see there's 1,600 listed and 1,000 sold on eBay. So if you're thinking May, June, July, this sell-through rate is going to be much closer to 100%. And we're trying to plan and strategize and start picking up things that are not necessarily in peak season because we want to beat the competition. We want to be able to, pick up things that are out of season and off season so we can start stocking up and start getting those items listed right now. Don't wait to spring and summer to get these listed. List them right now. So you can see 1,600 out there and almost 1,000 sold, which is a really nice, good metric for taking the last 3 months into account. And let's just see what they sell for. Let's see. Let's go to the singles. Lotting them up is good if you ever find a couple, but you can see $50. I mean, y'all, that's pretty good for a polo, which not many polos are going for that much money now. And these are just blank, solid colors. $50, 47. You got an ombre color here in a 47, 87. That's pretty good ASP, y'all. I don't know about you, but I don't sell many polos for $40, $50. So let's take a look at the tag, and then you could get familiar with it. Psycho Bunny, whenever you see that, you're going to want to pick it up. And me personally, I probably wouldn't be spending more than $10, $12 if I was at a thrift store. If you find it at the bins, great job. Great job. I applaud you. So Psycho Bunny, we went over Bad Birdie, great golf brand. We went over Prana Zion pants, and then Psycho Bunny, a great golf brand. Those are going to be the ones that I would be picking up. Next up, we have some women's items in here. This is a great sustainable brand that I pick up all year round, but what we're looking for spring and summer is what we really want to focus on is women's tops, linen plus size, in the brand called Flax. Let me pull up the tag. It's a great sustainable brand, Flax. Easy to miss. A lot of their items are a very login look style aesthetic, and they also make sustainable fabrics like typically linen, but I have seen silk and I have seen organic cotton from that brand as well. So Flax is a great brand. Don't go out picking up everything in Flax because the women's plus size tops, I think, are the ones that perform best in spring and summer. So when you sort from lowest to highest to help filter out some of those recommended results, then it's going to say, so we got 167 listed. Let's see, and you go to sold, and we got 67 sold in the last 90 days. So not amazing because it is accounting for January, February, and March of the last 90 days, but this should increase in sell-through rate once we get into the warmer weather. And they do sell for a decent money, $25, $35 in that range for a plain solid color. You can see this is a button up, a women's 3X plus size log and look bucket button up. They put quiet luxury in there. $64.99, pretty good, y'all. Let's see, $42, 49, 49, 45. Very easy to miss. The brand I find is very easy to miss because they don't really have a lot of loud patterns or crazy fabrics. It's really easy to miss because they are made out of linen most of the time. They're going to be even like wrinkled and you're going to be looking at it from far away like, why would I even pick that up? It is worth checking to see if it is a Flax brand. And you can see that they sell for pretty decent money if you stick to the plus sizes. So Flax is a great brand. I pick it up year round regardless, but in that spring and summer, this is going to be a product that is way more in demand versus in the winter months. The next brand is Simms Fishing, one of my favorite brands to pick up in the spring and summer. Not so much in the winter months, but this is a great like performance-y, lightweight, usually has UPF sun protection as well. So when you sort from lowest to highest on eBay, you can see you have 2,100 listed, and I just put in Simms Fishing shirt men's. That's it. Like I said, you really want to focus all year round. When you're picking up men's button-ups, try to focus on the bigger sizes. Just naturally, they're going to have more demand. So if you're picking up Polo Ralph Lauren, try to stay away from extra small, even mediums. Focus on the extra large, the 2XL, the 3XL, even the big and tall sizes like 2XB, 3XB, 2XLT, 3XLT. Why? Because the sell-through rates and the average sale prices are just naturally higher. That's what you want to focus on. And that kind of applies for all clothing brands in men's for button-ups and polos. So Simms, you can see sorting from lowest to highest, 2,100 listed. This is going to take the data from January through March. Let's see how many have sold. We got 901 sold. So about a 50% sell-through rate going through those winter months. So I didn't expect that to be 50% in plus, maybe 60, 70, 80% in peak summer. And you can see that they're not going to go for a ton of money, like usually $20 to $30 in that range for a pretty plain, ordinary button-up. You can see some of the flannels go for really good money, 48, 46, 54 best offer, 48. That's really nice, really nice. $38. Seems like the flannels go for the most money, but what I'm talking about is mainly like the lightweight nylon performance fishing shirts that are usually vented in the back. So Simms Fishing Gear, a great brand. Probably not going to sell so great in the middle of winter, but in spring and summer, this brand sold really well for me in the years past. So Simms Fishing Gear, there's the logo, there's the embroidered logo on the pocket there. That's one to keep in mind to be picking up. You just got to think, y'all. What are people doing in the spring and in the summer? They're out camping, they're out fishing, they're out hiking. So I know I just picked out a few brands here and we got one more to go over, but focus on the brands that have that type of niche, Helly Hansen is a brand that I don't pick up in spring and summer, but in winter I pick up a lot of because it's mainly geared towards like skiing, snowboarding, really heavy winter gear, stuff like that. So in the spring and summer, I'm focusing on things like, lightweight jackets. Marmot makes a really nice lightweight windbreaker that sells really well in spring and summer. So that's kind of like an example, what I would focus on. So the next one is an example as well, is the brand called Hook. H-U-K, Hook. Great brand. Sold a pair of shorts last year on eBay within a couple weeks for $28. Got them at a Goodwill for $7. You're not going to make a ton of money, but again, your resale business should be like 90% bread and butter items, especially when you're a clothing reseller. Every now and then you're going to find an amazing brand, but those brands are becoming harder and harder to find. We're looking for brands that we could build a solid foundation to build our business up, and this is one of those brands. So you can see there's 976 listed, but when you filter out lowest to highest, you got 973. It took away 3 recommended listings. Pre-owned. And then we're going to go to sold. Right now, you got about 400 sold in the last 90 days. Not amazing, 40% sell-through rate in that range. And then, like I said, they're not going to sell for a ton of money, but it is a great brand to be able to build your business upon. So let's see. Some of the cargo shorts, you see $29, $30. 29, 27, 26, 25, 27, 26. That's just generally about as much as they're going to go for. The sell-through rate will increase once we're in spring or once we're officially like in summer, but that is the brand Hook, H-U-K. Also, the button-ups do okay. I'd double check to make sure that that's going to meet your metrics, but as far as like the cargo shorts and the board shorts, those do really well. Nice lightweight performance material. Those are the brands that I would be focusing on personally if I wanted to grow my business. You want to be able to really look at these brands year over year, because what performs well this year may not perform next year. But I know that these brands I've picked up over the last 4 years time and time again, and they've performed really well from like March all the way through September. So I wanted to make this video to kind of get ahead, to help you grow your business. We're going to be doing more videos just like this. Comment down below, have you found some of these brands? What are your thoughts on some of these brands? And I'm going to be making more of these videos, y'all. So I hope you all have a blessed rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.